8 players, 7 of them are honest. One of them is a cheater. Will the honest players find the cheater and win the money, or will the cheater take it all for themselves? Welcome to a special Halloween edition of Lie, Cheat, and Steal.
How dare you impugn my fever?
Why didn't you listen to me?
All I heard was sexy babysitter.
And we are going to meet our 8 players for tonight's game. One of them has already been made a cheater. A person's goal is to make as much money as they can without getting caught. The players do catch the cheater, they keep all their money. If not, they lose half of it. So let's meet our 8 players for tonight. Mike, are you the cheater?
No, sir.
And can you see anything?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Joe, are you the cheater?
No, Captain.
Beers, are you the cheater?
No.
Jared, are you the cheater?
I am not.
Amanda, are you the cheater?
I don't cheat. I just steal your heart.
Susan, are you the cheater?
I don't cheat, I just steal your blood.
Tom, are you the cheater?
I am not the cheater.
Bryan, are you the cheater?
I am not the cheater.
One of them is lying, and it is our player's goal to figure out who that is. Since we have 8 players on our team tonight, in addition, we have some special Halloween twists. We have a costume contest for everyone in our audience and eliminated players. So along the way, they'll be answering some questions to build up their audience bank, and at the end of the night, we'll vote on the best costume for a cash prize. Additionally, I gave our players the option of 20 pumpkins at the beginning of the game. 10 have tricks, which are bad things. 10 have treats, which are good things. One of them is immunity, and players get to use one in any round they would like. They have chosen off the board already. Here are the ones they didn't pick. And here we go. You can use your pumpkin in round 1, or you can hold on to it. So, who would like to use theirs in round 1?
I would.
Bryan would, okay. Anyone else? Amanda, Jared,
I will.
everyone else holding on? Okay, 3, 2,
I will. I
Susan.
will.
Who else was that? Susan, 4? Okay. 1 time. All right, so we have Bryan, Jared, Susan, and Amanda using their pumpkins in round 1. Let's see what they have won or lost before we start the game even. Jared. Bank starts with minus $10, but it's good to get that out of the way early. Amanda.
Hey.
Got her even there for us.
We got a perfect zero Mustel to start out with here. Let's hope there's no more money taken from the bank. Susan, you don't get to accuse this round. I know that must break your heart.
Does that mean she's also not allowed to accuse herself?
And Bryan, you get to give an extra answer on the question of your choice for this round.
Ooh.
And over the course of the game, should anyone get a number 10 answer, they will get to pick another trick or treat off the board. So, you can have multiple at once. Just see how you do. Immunity obviously still on the table. Let's move on to the first question of the night. Start building up our bank and seeing if you can find who the cheater is. First question of tonight's game. Name the 10 sitting U.S. senators with the lowest approval rating as of July 2023. So just a couple months ago. These are according to people in their state, so people aren't weighing in about senators not in their own state. You're going to have 30 seconds to talk about it, and then we'll go to Mike for his answer. Say as much or as little as you like. Remember, the cheater has all the answers. Go.
Well, I can proudly say that probably both of my state senators are on there.
Name,
Both
spell it.
McConnell and
McConnell.
Pong.
Susan Collins.
J.D.
Uh,
Vance.
Ted
Ron
Cruz, maybe?
Johnson. Ted Cruz has to be on there.
God, the people
Both
of
of my
Texas love
senators
him.
might be there too.
And that is time. All right, Mike, let's see how high you can go on the board. Remember, if you get that number 10 answer, you get an extra advantage.
Let's start with Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz, a very controversial senator. Number 8, $4. Very good.
Ooh.
There are 7 that people hate even more than Ted Cruz. Joe.
This is probably wrong, but I feel like I have to pick one of my senators. So I'm going to say Rick Scott.
Gollum himself, Rick Scott, not on the board, surprisingly, no. Beers.
I heard someone say Susan Collins, so that's going to be my guess.
Yeah, Susan Collins, very good. Number 3, 150. But then she flip-flopped and was 4, and then she was 3 again, 150.
Nice.
Jared.
Sorry to whoever I stole that from.
How about cinema?
Cinema, yeah. Number 6, $3. Amanda.
Mitch McConnell.
The Turtle is number 1, 50 cents. Mitch McConnell. Susan.
Lisa Murkowski.
Lisa Murkowski is a good guess, but she does not make the board, no.
Oh.
Because they didn't have any Alaskans to survey. Tom.
Let's go with Ron Johnson.
Yeah, Ron Johnson, number 4, $2. And Bryan.
I'm going to use my bonus this round.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to start with Diane Feinstein.
Diane Feinstein, no, she did not make the board. So use that bonus now if you like.
Rand Paul.
And Paul, surprisingly not on the board, I guess. Where would you find these pumpkins, movies, TV shows, etc.? Slideshow first, and then I'll give you the 30 seconds. Number 1. If Jared doesn't get this one. Number 2. Number 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay. 10 pumpkins, tell me movie, TV show they're from. 30 seconds to talk, and then we'll go to Joe for his answer. Go.
I know the first 7 of those. One is it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. 2 is Cinderella. 3 is Halloween. 4 is Nightmare Before Christmas. 5 is Trick or Treat. 6 is Return to Oz. 7 is Sleepy Hollow. Don't know the rest.
Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Oh, okay.
I think
Depending
number
on how much of a stickler Colin wants to be. 8 is Over the Garden Wall.
yeah. Not sure about the last.
That is time. Okay, Joe, you were first.
I was gonna say Sleepy Hollow for 7, but now that Jared has thrown me off here, so I will use his answer. Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Yeah, I would accept either that or Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The original movie was a package film of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and then it got released on its own and aired on TV as Legend of Sleepy Hollow. So both are fine. $7, very good. Beers.
All right, I'll go with the $6 Return to Oz.
Yes, that is Return to Oz. Very good.
That's Jack Pumpkinhead.
Jack Pumpkinhead, yeah.
Movie.
Jared.
8 is Over the Garden Wall.
It is Over the Garden Wall, a very fun episode of that miniseries. Amanda.
I would tell everyone to go watch it, but it ain't on Max anymore for some stupid reason.
I think it's on Hulu.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
Number 4 is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, of course. Nightmare Before Christmas. Susan.
Number 2 is Cinderella.
Yep. Tom.
Number 3 is Halloween.
Halloween, yep. Could have been mean and picked a later sequel, but I wasn't going to do that. Bryan.
Number 1 is Peanuts. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, $1. And Mike.
The $5 answer is Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat, very good. We are 8 for 8. Nicely done. Take a look at the other two. Top 2 are tough. Number 9, recent movie, The House with a Clock in Its Walls. And number 10, that 80s horror classic is generous. Hack-O-Lantern in the bank at the end of round 1. $47. If you find the cheater right out of the gate, you will keep the whole 47. If not, you will lose half. Here are your totals for the round. Talk it out. What do we think? Remember that Susan is not allowed to accuse, unfortunately, but she can defend herself if she gets accused.
Something is compelling me to trust Spears.
Put on your special glasses and see if you still do.
I got no one
Anyone
to
like-
accuse.
Okay. I do have a cheater fact. This has been sent about the cheater. The cheater once found a razor blade in their apple one Halloween, which is how they got their razor sharp wit. So
By
I need
giving
the
it to
8
their
of you to
teacher.
please send me the name of the player you want to send home, and whoever gets the most votes is out of the game. And now we have a little game for our audience here. So CK and Christine at the moment are our 2 audience members. So I'm going to give you a question you get to think about during the break, and when we come back, you'll give me an answer. If you get it right, you add $5 to the audience bank. And however much gets added to the bank, that'll be the prize for the costume contest winner. So, CK, Christine, everyone else in the audience, here is your question to think about during the break. The 2018 family film, The House with a Clock in Its Walls, was surprisingly directed by whom? Eli Roth, John Waters, or Lars von Trier? You can talk about that during the break, and we'll get your answer when we come back on Light Sheet and Steel. That's okay. If you want to improvise what your costume is, you can. If you don't have one, don't worry about it.
Great.
I have no costume and I must dress up.
Just waiting on one vote.
Was it me or Brian?
Bryan.
Brian, you didn't vote yet.
He's thinking. Oh wait, he is a thought.
Is he a thought bubble or is he a low hung cloud? I wasn't sure.
He is
I
a
thought
thought.
I thought he was the dog farting for a second.
That'd be one way to do it.
It's a male cloud. I'm Dark Brandon. You shut up, man.
Well, obviously, I am dressed up as my Twitter avatar, who is the engineer from Team Fortress 2.
Oh, now I know what that is. Okay.
Very
Welcome
well
back
done.
to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Before the break, we asked the audience the 2018 family film The House with a Clock in Its Walls was surprisingly directed by whom? Eli Roth, John Waters, or Lars von Trier? Let's see if the audience is going to start with $5 in their bank. CK, what did you guys come up with?
We're going with Eli Roth.
Eli Roth is the correct answer. Very good. $5 into the audience bank. Nice start.
Good job, Christy.
Yeah, very impressive.
Thanks. I
See
think
if
I'm
we
the only
can.
person that's seen that movie.
Now let's see who the first player leaving tonight's game is going to be. Start with Bryan.
I'm voting for Tom.
One for Tom. Tom?
I voted for Susan because I couldn't decide.
Beers?
I voted for Jared for no particular reason.
Okay. Jared?
I voted for Brian.
Okay. Joe?
I also voted for Jared for no reason.
2 for Jared. Susan?
I voted for the only person doing worse than me, who's Brian.
2 Brian, 2 Jared. Mike?
I voted for number 1. It was Joe.
1 for Joe. Okay. Amanda?
Well, I stay with my normal tactic, which meant I voted for Brian.
It is 3 for Brian, and he is out of the game.
So
Brian, we have to know. Moment of truth. Were you the cheater?
What do you think? That was not the cheater, but I will be on your minds.
Hmm.
It was not the cheater. I'm sorry you lose half of your bank. Cheater
Did
stays
anyone-
in the game.
Did anyone else see the shape that appeared on the screen just now?
Be right back
weird
on
shape.
Like, Cheat, and Steal.
Jared won the contest of figuring out what I was. Do you want to tell him, Jared?
He is the Chuck Tingle concept of thinking about the Roman Empire. What was it?
The Roman Empire.
Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. 7 players left in the game. 1 honest player voted out. Talk about your rollover here. If at any point you don't know an answer or you want to put a teammate on the spot, use the R into your name. That's your rollover. You can use that once over the course of the game. We did not get any number 10 answers last round, but 4 of you still have pumpkins you can use. So if Mike, Tom, Joe, or Beers would like to use their pumpkin this round, let me know.
I'll use
I'll
mine.
use mine.
I will.
Beers and Tom. What, Joe?
I will.
Okay. Mike, you want to hold on to it?
I might as well use it. Everyone
All
else
right,
is.
everyone's going to use it. Let's see what happens. Tom, you have won
Chaos.
immunity. Very good, Tom. You
Ooh,
cannot be
nice.
voted out this round. That's the big one, of course.
Oh, I
Mike.
thought it meant I couldn't be voted out for the entire game.
Mike, you do not get to cast a vote this round, unfortunately. Joe, doubler, which means every answer you give this round will be worth double the value. Very good. And Beers, clear the board. If either of these questions after everyone is gone, you can keep going as long as you keep getting right answers. Go as long as you like until the board's cleared or you give a wrong answer. All right.
Cool.
Yeah. Keep in mind still those $10 answers, $5 answers, get you another pick off your board. But the big one is gone now, immunity. Here we go. Name the 10 scariest professional athletes of all time, according to a 2022 Give Me Sport poll. So they just said, give me the scariest professional athlete. That can mean whatever they wanted it to. 30 seconds, then we go to Beers. Go.
I know
Mike
that
Tyson.
yeah. I know that New
Dennis
Zealand
Rodman.
soccer players try their best to be scary.
Yeah, all those famous New Zealand soccer players that regular sport magazine readers would name.
Michael Vick.
Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman.
Brock Lesnar. I think wrestlers are on here,
Oh,
like The Undertaker.
about like UFC fighters.
Oh,
All right, Beers, you're first.
I don't really follow sports too well, so I'm just gonna go with John McEnroe.
John McEnroe, good guess, but he does not make the board. No.
Damn.
Jared.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, number 1, 50 cents. Amanda.
I think Susan said Brock Lesnar.
Good answer. Number 2, Brock Lesnar.
Damn.
I don't know who that
$1.
is. Thanks, Susan.
Susan,
Dennis Rodman.
going right at the board. Number 3 is Rodman. Tom.
Okay, Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. Pretty scary if you're a dog. Not on the board, no. Mike.
I also don't follow sports, so I'm just going to say Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. No.
Fewer
And
people are
Joe
afraid
for
of
the
him
double
today.
money. Yeah.
Well, my answer got taken. I'm gonna say Lawrence Taylor.
Very good answer. Number 7, Lawrence Taylor. So that is $7 for you. All right, Beers, do you want to try to run the board on this or the next question?
Definitely not this one.
All right. See who did make it, though. We've got Kimbo Slice, Jack Lambert, Shaquille O'Neal, Randy Johnson, if you're a bird, Ray Lewis,
I was gonna say Randy Johnson.
and Mike Singletary.
Who's afraid
Yeah.
of Shaquille O'Neal? He was the superhero Steel.
I thought that
Short
was
people.
interesting too. That must just be on the court. He seems fairly harmless off.
Short people.
Backboard manufacturers.
All right. Fill in the blanks of these song lyrics with the name of a horror movie. I don't need the name of the song. I just need the name of the movie. The blank can, he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Feed blank, tuppence a bag. Beatniks are out to make it rich. Oh no, must be the season of blank. Well, I saw blank coming out of the sky. It had one long horn and one big eye. I blank ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. She's a blank, blank on the floor. And it's a one-word title, so it's the same word both times. And she's dancing like she's never danced before. I'm in the business of blank. Let's take it from the top. We loved blank sea. He gathered seashells there for me. We got blank. We're flipping our bandanas. Been stuck at sea so long, we have simply gone bananas. She wanted all the bling that married life would bring her, so she got blank, and I got the finger. 30 seconds, then we go to Jared. All of these are the names of horror movies. Go.
Okay, $1 is Candyman. $3 is The Witch.
The $2 answer is The Birds.
The Birds.
$5 answer is Saw 3.
Yeah.
Six is
$1 answer is
Six
Maniac.
is Maniac.
The $4 answer is
Fifth
It.
leader.
What'd you say?
The $4 answer is the Thing. I saw the Thing coming out of the sky.
Oh, it's The Thing. Okay.
Nice.
Joe has the doubler.
Time. Yes, everyone could hypothetically use their rollover, go to Joe, make all the double money you want. Jared, you are first.
I'll start with $3 as The Witch.
The Witch, very good.
The
That's
Witch.
one of my
Oh,
favorite
yes.
Halloween songs.
Donovan didn't have the extra V's. Amanda.
Number 7 is Misery.
Misery, very good. Song Misery Business. Susan.
8 is The Shining.
The Shining Sea, yes, very good. $8. Tom.
The $10 answer is The Ring.
The Ring, yeah, very good. $10. Mike.
$6 answer is Maniac.
Maniac is right. Joe for the doubler.
$5, Saw 3.
Saw 3, very good. Beers.
All right. So I will say Candyman for $1.
Yep, and now you get to use your clear the board. So start with the ones you're positive on and go from there.
The Birds.
The
for
Birds for
$2
2, very
answer.
good.
The Thing for the $4 answer.
The Thing, yeah. And you know number 9?
I do not.
Anyone know number 9? It's from Muppet Treasure Island. We got Cabin Fever.
Ah, damn.
All right, so in the bank at the end of that round, you did very well. 84.50. Couple things to keep in mind as we accuse here. Mike, you're welcome to accuse, but you cannot vote. And Tom has one immunity he cannot be voted for. Keep that in mind as we talk. Talk it out. What do we think?
Feels like kicking someone when they're down to accuse Mike, which is what I'm doing.
He can defend himself.
True, I
He just can't-
can.
He just can't vote.
I figured the the $10 answer that Tom ended up getting before me, it had to do with marriage. It had to do with a finger, so I figured it had to be The Ring. But I know the Saw movie. I know the Saw franchise. The Saw 3 wasn't that.
I thought that was hilarious, by the way, Colin. I think
thank
Saw
you.
3.
Yeah.
That's really good.
What did I guess for that first question? What was that first one again? Hang on.
First of the scariest athletes.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get anything for that one because I'm not good at sports.
I hate to say it, but that's the round that made me suspicious of Joe.
Why would that make you suspicious?
I don't know, because that
you just
$7 that $7 answer seemed to come out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, I was
Yeah, I
going to
was
say
thinking the
Dennis
same
Rodman.
thing.
I brought up Dennis Rodman, but then someone said it. And so I was thinking about, Lawrence Taylor was always talked about as being really scary as an athlete, and then since he was an athlete, he's kind of gone crazy. So I think
What sport does he play?
It worked on 2 levels. He's a football player. He was a linebacker for the New York Giants.
So maybe the reason I'm suspicious is because I don't know sports, but you do. Why
Maybe.
does that make you suspicious?
That was a hard category because it was like,
Yeah.
Colin was saying, it was a mix, so.
Yeah. Joe, would you like to accuse somebody?
I'm not the cheater though, so.
LT was on one of the Adam Sandler movies.
That's a
He
shame.
was, he had that don't smoke crack line.
Yeah.
Joe, would you like to accuse
O.J.
since you've been
Simpson
accused?
made movies too.
Oh yeah, I should accuse somebody, shouldn't I? Just for fun. I'll accuse Beers because, there's just something about him. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but
Beers is a trustworthy guy.
Not the
We've
way
known him this whole time.
He looks tonight.
something in
Beers,
his
go ahead and
face,
defend yourself.
I've got nothing to hide. I don't know why people are accusing me of anything.
Would anyone like to add anything before we vote?
Hey, Beers, before the end, can you get into like a 7-minute brawl with someone?
Don't mind if I do.
All right, keep in mind that you cannot vote for Tom. He won the immunity. I do have another cheater fact for us. Instead of candy, the cheater hands out notes to trick-or-treaters about type 2 diabetes. Go ahead and lock in your votes unless your name is Mike. Audience, we got another question for you to build up your bank. So we'll ask you the question and go to break here. Another $5 question for you. What song plays in the final scene of The Shining? The House That Jack Built, Careful With That Axe, Eugene, or Midnight, The Stars and You? Think about it during the break, and we'll come to you for your answer when we get back.
I am
First round.
first officer of the USS Enterprise. I enjoy holodecks, jazz, and the ladies.
Is this your dating profile video? My kids
Welcome
have
back
so
to
much.
Lie, Cheat, and Steal. For the break, we asked what song plays in the final scene of The Shining. The House That Jack Built, Careful With That Axe, Eugene, or Midnight, The Stars and You? Amy, what has the audience decided on?
We decided on Midnight, the Stars and You.
Midnight, The Stars and You for $5 more. The audience is 2 for 2. Very good. That is the right answer. Yeah, the other two were just jokes. See who the second player leaving the game is going to be. Unfortunately, Mike does not get to vote this round. So we have 6 players and 6 votes, and the votes cannot be for Tom. Joe, we'll start with you.
I piled on and voted for Mike.
1 for Mike. Beers?
Is that a pylon? I stuck with my original guess. I still voted for Joe. Sorry, Joe.
1 Mike, 1 Joe. Jared?
Came here to vote for Beers and chew bubblegum.
You're all out of bubblegum?
He's all out of bubblegum. 1 for Beers. Amanda?
I voted for Mike.
2 for Mike. Kicking it while he's down. Susan?
I don't have any bubble gum either. I voted for Beers.
2 Beers.
Yeah.
2 Mike. Tom, you can't vote for Ian, so what'd we say?
I think it was Joe that made a very convincing argument to vote for Beers, and then Joe voted for Mike. But I voted for Beers.
3 for Beers, and he is out of the game. I'm sorry.
It must have been my face. Jesus. Hey,
Beers, we're all here to find out if you're the cheater and chew bubblegum, and we're all out of bubblegum. So, Beers, were you the cheater?
I am absolutely not the cheater. I don't know why nobody believes me.
Not the cheater. I'm sorry. You lose half your bank. Cheater stays in the game. Next 2 questions coming out.
I couldn't find a costume today. I had to go, after that whole thing with the cell phones going off everywhere, people were freaking out every time I went somewhere, so I couldn't find a costume today.
Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. 2 honest players out of the game, 42-25 in the bank. But last round, Tom found a number 10 answer, and he has chosen a pumpkin off the board. We know immunity is off the table. Plenty of still good things you can win. Tom, would you like to use it or hold it?
I don't believe that there are plenty of good things still to win, so I'm holding on to it.
All right. You don't have to use it at all. That's fine. We can get more number 10 answers here. Okay. Name the 10 most frequent actors in movies directed by Tim Burton. 30 seconds to talk about it. Then we go to Amanda. Go.
So Johnny Depp, obviously.
Helena Bonham Carter.
I think Michael Keaton.
Yeah, those are the only three I could think of.
Danny DeVito. He appeared in a couple.
Winona Ryder. Michelle Pfeiffer in at least two.
All right, and that's time. And I have the numbers by each name, so you'll at least have an idea of where you are on the board. Amanda, you're first.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Winona Ryder because I know she's probably in the middle, maybe.
Winona Ryder was in 3. That means she is number 10. Very good.
Nice.
Tied with some guy I've never heard of and whose name I probably shouldn't speak on YouTube. $5 for you. Very good. Susan.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Helena Bonham Carter is number 2, $1. Very good.
Oh,
She
right
was in
after his
7.
real wife.
Tom.
I'm gonna go with Johnny Depp, although I still accuse him of killing Jeff Beck.
Johnny Depp, number 1, 50 cents. 8 movies he was in. Yeah. Mike.
I'm going to go with Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton was in 4. Yeah, very good. He's number 6. $3 for you. Joe.
Well, all my answers are gone.
Have a
So
rollover
I
if you
will-
want it.
Jared said Michelle Pfeiffer. I'll say that.
Well, in my heart, Batman Returns counts as 10, but no, Michelle Pfeiffer was only in 2. I'm sorry. Batman Returns and Dark Shadows. Jared.
Well, yeah, I was sitting on Jeffrey Jones till it got bundled there at the top.
Yeah, there was a tie for 3. Yeah.
So I'm going to guess Richard Griffiths.
Richard Griffith, that is a good guess, but he is not on the board. No. Let's see who else is on there. One of these is a very minor character. Must be a friend of his or something, because I've not heard of Harry Taylor, but he's in 6.
Is
The rest
Lisa
are all names
Marie?
you'll probably know.
Is Lisa Marie on
Christopher
there?
Lee. Who?
Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie, yeah, who was his partner before
First
Helena
wife.
Bonham Carter. Yeah, she was in 4. We've got Alfred, Michael Goff, he was in 5. We've got Danny DeVito, who was said and then no one went with. He was in 4, yeah. And Deep Roy, who played all of the Oompa Loompas in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I want to ask how
Yeah.
you ranked answers number 6 and 9 since they were all the exact same one. And then for the number 10 answer, you just put them all
who's
the
better
same.
known, you know.
By height.
I feel like Michael Keaton was going to get guessed before Deep Roy, so I made him worth less money. Okay. Name the fairy tale by the terrifying fate of its villain in at least one version. Plenty of fairy tales got sanitized. They've been passed down through the years, so these are original fairy tale fates. Falling off a toppling beanstalk, getting cooked in a pot of water in the fireplace, getting pushed into an oven she intended for a boy, cut in half by a woodcutter and has his belly filled with rocks, forced to dance in red-hot shoes made of iron until she dies. Pigeons peck their eyes out. Instead of being killed, they're turned into statues. He's in so much anger in being defeated that he tears himself in half, throws herself into a tub filled with serpents and toads intended for the heroes, and suffers from fire within her arteries, goes outside to calm them, and a bird drops a millstone on her. Name of the fairy tale is fine, since plenty of times characters don't really get names. 30 seconds to talk, and then we go to Susan. Go.
Jack and the
Jack and the
Beanstalk.
Beanstalk.
I think 6 might be Cinderella with the stepsisters. Maybe? I don't know. Number 4 is Little Red Riding Hood for sure.
3's Hansel and Gretel.
Hmm.
In one of the versions of Cinderella, she gets her eyes picked out by birds, so that one might be 6.
Time. Okay. Susan, you are first.
Number 3, Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel, yes, the witch. Very good. $3. Tom.
I'm going to take a guess here and say that the $8 answer is Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin. You would be right. $8. Nicely done. So bad they find out his name that he tears himself in two. Mike.
I'm going to guess the $6 answer is Cinderella.
The evil stepsisters get their eyes pecked out by pigeons in the Grimm Brothers version of Cinderella. $6. Joe.
$4, Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, the wolf gets his belly filled with rocks. $4. Jared.
Well, I will use my rollover.
Okay. To who?
That's a good question. Amanda.
Okay, Amanda, you get to go twice.
Jack and the Beanstalk for number one.
Yep.
All right, let me look at these other ones. I'm gonna say number 5. Not a version I've heard, but maybe in The Little Mermaid, she does penance by being forced to dance.
Little Mermaid. No, sorry. Number 2, getting cooked in a pot of water in the fireplace. 3 Little Pigs. Big Bad Wolf comes down the chimney.
Is that Goldilocks?
No, this is the Queen in Snow White.
Ah.
Instead of being killed, Belle's sisters are turned into statues in Beauty and the Beast. Throws
Belle has
herself in a tub
sisters?
filled with serpents and toads. Disney didn't include this, believe it or not, in Sleeping Beauty. Yeah.
Oh.
And
I've
10,
heard
lesser known
versions
fairy
of that.
tale. That old tale, the juniper tree.
Now, was that the bird that dropped the millstone? Was that an African or a European swallow?
In the bank at the end of that round, 73-25. Here are your totals. Cheater's been going all game. No immunity this round. What do we think? Talk it out. In Jared's slight defense, he used a rollover, so don't go too hard on him.
Jared, am I meant to believe that you don't know Jack and the Beanstalk?
I knew it, but I figured Amanda would have a better shot at guessing one of the higher dollar values.
I know a lot of weird fairy tales, but I didn't remember those versions. I remember a version of Cinderella where the stepsisters get their toes cut off.
I think that's the same one. Yeah. Anything we want to add before we vote? Okay, another fact here. The cheater hoarded toilet paper in 2020 so they could TP the neighborhood. Need the 6 of you to please lock in your votes. We're going to go to our audience question here. And Beers, you are the new audience captain for this question. So we'll talk it out with your teammates during the break. We'll get your answer afterwards. $10 if you get this right. You'll double your bank. Who does not appear in Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow? Michael Redgrave, Michael Gambon, or Michael Goff? Talk it out with the audience during the break. Get your answer when we come back.
Yeah, I didn't have a costume, so I just threw some stuff on. Yes, this is all stuff I have in my closet.
For the break, we ask the audience who does not appear in Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow, Michael Redgrave, Michael Gambon, or Michael Goff. They talked it out, and Beers is going to give us the answer. Beers, what did the audience decide?
We're going with Michael Goff.
Michael Goff is in Sleepy Hollow. I'm sorry, Michael Redgrave is not. So you don't add the $10. You stay at 10. Still have some opportunities to add to that. Don't worry.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
All right.
It's okay. I
Time to
haven't
see.
like I said, I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know.
See who the third player leaving the game is going to be. Let's start with Jared.
I said Joe.
Joe, who'd you say?
I said Tom. He's been getting some good answers while hiding behind his immunity.
Mike.
In a totally retaliatory move, I voted for Amanda.
All right. Amanda, who'd you say?
I was convinced by everybody else that it might be Joe.
2 for Joe. Susan?
I don't know what's going on. I said Mike.
Okay. And Tom?
I also said Mike for no reason at all.
2 Mike, 2 Joe. No consensus, so you lose half of your money. 36-63. And the cheater gets to pick off the player of their choice. I need all of you to please send me a vote. Cheater, only your vote counts. Lock goes in. Cheater has cast their vote. Whoever shows up in the crystal ball is out of the game. Look into the future and see who's leaving. Tom, I'm sorry, the cheater has chosen you. We know you weren't the cheater. Hopefully you can make some money at the end. We are down to 5. When we come back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal, those 5 players are going to make a go for immunity. Suspense is killing me.
Ah!
You get it? I'm a jump scare.
Silence
Welcome
yourself
back
out.
to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. 3 honest players have left the game. Last round, Amanda did find a number 10 answer. She has picked another pumpkin. I can just tell you, Amanda, because this is not something that is round specific. You have one extra rollover. You can use that in either of the next 2 rounds. So very nicely done. Hopefully that'll help you over the course of the game. Moving on to our round 4 immunity challenge. You have a question with multiple answers, and the last player left standing giving right ones wins immunity, cannot be voted out. Additionally, 5 answers banks you $10, 10 banks you 20, 15 banks you 30, 18 is 50, and if you break the bank tonight, 20 answers, that is $70. Last player left standing wins the immunity. We're back to the top, so Mike gets to go first. The category of movies with devil or any variant of devil in the title. Mike, you're first.
So I'm gonna go with the first thing that came to mind, The Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate, yes, very good. Joe.
There's a M. Night Shyamalan-ish movie that's just called Devil, I think.
M. Night Shyamalan-ish. Yeah, he produced it. Very good. Devil. Jared.
The Devil Wears Prada.
Devil Wears Prada. Very different genre than the other 2, but yes, very good.
Is it though?
Yeah, maybe not. Amanda.
Oh God, you devil.
Oh God, you devil. That's an interesting one to start with. Yes.
Well, they took so
George.
much of the other ones I do.
That's George Burns, right?
Yeah.
George Burns as God and the Devil. Susan.
She devil.
She Devil. Yeah. Nicely done.
That was the other one on my list.
You have $10 in the bank.
It's Roseanne.
We have to pay some residuals to George Burns that I wasn't expecting here, but okay, back to Mike.
I want to say Devil Went Down to Georgia, but that's a song and not a movie, so I'm going to instead say Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil, famous mythological folklore figure. Does he have a movie named after him? He does not. I'm sorry. He had an X-Files episode.
You were thinking of Jersey Girl.
But I just
I
saw
believe that movie was written by the devil, but yeah, down to 4.
Sorry,
Joe.
devil.
I feel like there was a movie called The Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects, got it. Rob Zombie. Jared.
The House of the Devil.
House of the Devil is right. Say 2009, yeah. Amanda.
I'm trying to think and I can't think of anything. The Devil's Playthings.
The Devil's Playthings. Let's see. Devil's Playthings, unfortunately,
Correct. It's a porn film.
not correct.
Ask again in a year.
As a unity year, that'll be a right answer. Susan.
Devil in a blue dress.
Devil in a Blue Dress, Denzel Washington. Joe.
I was going to say that one, but I will say Ben Affleck's crowning achievement, Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil. That's a variant. That counts. Jared.
Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Yeah, the last Sidney Lumet film. Very good.
Before Neville Knows You're Dead.
Before Neville knows. All right, back to Susan. We have $20 banked.
I don't know. Is there a movie called Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea?
Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. It'd be a great name for a movie. Let's see if it is one.
The shark ate me.
1995's Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. Very good.
Ooh.
I just knew the expression.
Thank you,
hoping it-
Asa. Samhain L. Jackson as the devil. Very good. Joe.
Okay, I feel like I've heard of this, but I'm not sure if it's a movie or a TV show or what. The Devil Made Me Do It.
The devil made me do it. We're just going with expressions that have devil in it and hoping someone made a movie with that title.
Actually, there is.
The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Very good.
Wow.
Lie, cheat,
Yeah, that
and
was a
associate.
Conjuring movie. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, it was when the
that was that one where they fell in love and it was awful, or Love Saved the Day or something. It was bad.
Yeah. Jared.
Beat the Devil.
Beat the Devil. Yes, the Humphrey Bogart parody film. Lie, cheat, and free associate. Thank you. Susan.
I can't think of any more, so I'm just gonna say The Devil's Doorbell.
The Devil's Doorbell would be a great name for a movie. Let's see if
For a
anyone's used
porno
it.
movie.
Devil's Doorbell. Yeah, no, sorry, not a movie.
Shame on you for that one.
Down to Joe and Jared. Joe, what do we think?
I'm also out, so I'm going to guess The Devil Inside Me.
The Devil Inside Me.
Next to the Two Wolves.
And the Roman Empire you're always thinking about, right? Devil Inside Me is from 2021. But it's a movie, so.
It was a movie? Oh, great.
Yeah, Devil Inside Me, 2021. Very good.
It's probably a timeless classic.
For
Certainly
$30.
memorable.
Jared.
Eye of the Devil.
Eye of the Devil, yeah. With Deborah Carr and David Niven. 15.
You of the Devil?
Yeah. The devil loves pronouns. All right, back to Joe.
Cruella de Vil.
A for effort, but no, I cannot accept Cruella.
No,
Sorry.
give that to him.
Jared.
Well, the movie was just called Cruella.
So it wouldn't matter. Jared has won the immunity for the round. Let's see if he can keep going. 3 more and it's $50.
I have some loose guesses. Sympathy for the Devil.
Sympathy for the Devil, of course, a famous song. Let's see. Sympathy
Sympathy
for the Devil. Yeah. It stars Nicolas Cage.
No.
It came out this year.
Of
course it
fantastic.
That tells you what we need to know about Nicolas Cage's current filmography. All right, keep going.
And my standard lie, cheat, and steal guess. Happy birthday to the devil.
Happy birthday. Is it on June 6th, 2006? No, I'm sorry. Happy Birthday to the Devil is not a movie. You got 16. That's very good. Take a look at a few other answers here. Could have said The Devils. You said The Devil Inside Me. There is a more famous film called The Devil Inside. The Devil Rides Out. The Devil and Daniel Webster. The Devil and Max Devlin. Don't look up who plays the devil in that one. The Devil and Miss Jones. Devil's Playground. I love this one. The Devil, probably. Devil Went Down to Georgia would have been wrong, but there is one called The Devil Violinist. So, or The Devil Violinist.
Wow.
The
The
devil
devil
could also went
violinist
down
of
to
a
Georgia.
non-specific state.
66, 63 in the bank at the end of the devil question. Jared won the immunity. Everyone else is on the line. Talk it out. What do we think?
No thoughts, head empty.
Don't make me start taking money.
Amanda then,
Hey, why Amanda?
because
told
I
to
like
'cause they're
money.
gonna take money. Amanda, defend yourself.
Okay. I'd like money too.
She and I agree on
You
this.
know who else likes money? The devil.
I don't
Amanda,
know.
would you like to accuse somebody?
I don't know if the devil likes money. I'd never have to try to give him money.
You want to accuse anybody?
Devil likes contracts. I'm not sure about the liquidity of the transactions.
True enough. I don't know. I've kind of just been bobbing between Joe and Mike, and I have not determined one over the other right now. So, either of you wanna?
It's not me.
It's also not me.
If that helps you at all.
I'm Spartacus. Anyone want to add anything before we vote?
This was the plot of that M. Night Shyamalan Devil movie.
It was.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
You have a bunch
If
of
toast lands butter side up, we know who the devil is. The
Snitches.
cheater, apparently, according to this cheater fact, liked the Devil's Fiddle version more than Johnny's. So, need the 5 of you to please lock in your votes as we go to another audience question. And Tom, you are the captain for this question. So, talk it out during the break and you'll give your answer. $10 more if you get this one right. On the set of The Devil's Reign, another devil movie, John Travolta was introduced to Kelly Preston, Scientology, or aviation. Talk it out during the break. We'll come back with your answer right after this.
Well, I was going for straight up Linus, but as I see the 40-year-old man drinking beer in the camera here, I do think this is what Linus would end up as.
Still with his
Still
comfy
waiting for the
blankets.
Great Pumpkin.
Still waiting for the Great Pumpkin.
All right, welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Before the break, we asked the audience on the set of The Devil's Reign, John Travolta was introduced to Kelly Preston, Scientology, or aviation. Tom, what is the audience's answer?
We're going to go with aviation.
Aviation is incorrect. I'm sorry, it was Scientology. Early 1975 John Travolta film, an actress on the set introduced him to Scientology.
You didn't know about aviation for 2 years after that.
I had to think of a third answer. All right.
I didn't
There are
know he was
5 of
into
you.
Scientology that early. That's
Some,
crazy.
some
he's
I
been
didn't
in
know
some
that
for a
movie came
while.
out either, so that's
Yeah.
Some actress
right.
was like, you know what the real
Yeah.
Devil's Reign is? Aliens.
Jared, we know you have the immunity, so we'll start with you. Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Mike, but the devil made me do it.
One for Mike. Joe?
I also went back and voted for Mike.
2 for Mike, 1 more, and he's gone. Mike?
I voted for Susan as a retaliatory move.
Okay. Susan?
I voted for Joe.
Okay, 1 Joe, 1 Susan, 2 Mike. Amanda?
My tarot card said Joe.
2 Joe, 2 Mike. We have another tie. I'm sorry. The devil may have made you do it, but he was wrong. 33-31 in the bank, and the cheater gets to pick off the player of their choice once again. All right, 5 of you, you know the drill. Send me a vote. Only the cheater's vote counts. Okay, it is time to look into round 5. See who's not there. Player leaving the game is Susan. I'm sorry, the cheater has chosen you. We know you weren't the cheater. Hopefully you can come back at the end and make some money. We are down to 4. Cheater has been going since round 1. We'll be right back. Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Welcome back to our Halloween edition of Lie, Cheat, and Steal. 2 tiebreakers in a row mean the cheater has picked off the player of their choice, and you're down to 4. But moving forward, you get to give 2 answers per question. Here comes the next question. Name the 10 things not to do while camping, according to News 24. You're going to have 30 seconds to talk about it, and we'll go to Joe for his first answer. Go.
Leave your food out. Leave a fire burning.
Be really loud.
Sleep on the ground directly.
Get really fucked up.
Not bring water.
Skinny dipping.
Leave your group.
Time. Okay, Joe, you're first.
I'll just start with not leaving a fire unattended.
Not leaving a fire unattended. Surprisingly, that is not on the board. I guess they're good with fires staying unattended.
Go
Jared.
nuts, says News 24.
Okay. Is this camping while in a horror film or just camping in general?
Just camping.
2 different things.
I'm gonna say leave food out.
Leave food unattended is number 10. Very good. $5.
But
Amanda.
fire, whatever.
Drink too much.
Yeah, this one could mean two different things, but I'm gonna count it either way.
It
That
really
is,
messes
drink too much late at night, which could mean drinking anything too much or specifically alcohol. So very good. 250, drink too much. Mike.
I'm going to say sleeping directly on the ground.
Sleeping directly on the ground. No, does not make the board. Stupid as it may be. Back to Joe.
How about just leaving your garbage when you leave the campsite or whatever? Like not picking up after yourself?
Yeah, leaving stuff outside. Specifically, does not say a fire, but leaving stuff outside. Yeah, 450. Jared.
Leaving sensitive items. I think they're
Sensitive
talking
items,
about,
but I'll
I think
count
they're
it.
talking about adult toys there.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things. I'm being generous.
How about teasing animals?
I mean, yes, I would agree
Harassing
with
the
that. Let's see
wildlife.
if that's
It's a good one.
not on the board. I guess the Hunter from Bambi wrote this article. Amanda.
Wandering when it's dark out, away from your
Wandering when it's dark. No, I guess they're all for that. Keep in mind, anything on this board are the only things they're saying you shouldn't do. Everything else, you're good to do while camping. We endorse it. So does News 24. Mike.
Weird list.
Drinking drinking directly from a stream or drinking unpurified water.
I don't know how many of these things happen at campgrounds, but no, that is not on the board. No.
Who wrote this
See,
list?
In News 24. Arriving after dark or in the heat of the day. Choosing the lowest spot in the campsite to sleep. Not packing sensibly, I suppose, is what they mean. It was weird.
Oh.
Not showering in the morning or evening because everyone else is. So shower in the midday. Not abstaining from indulging because you're supposed to have some fun. So they say don't drink too much, but drink some.
He nudged me.
Leaving your bag unzipped and being loud.
They don't even mention not reopening Camp Blood / Camp Forest Green / Camp Crystal Lake /
Name any Academy Award winner who appeared in these horror films. Now, with a couple of these, there's more than one answer, so I will leave every stone uncovered. You can go back for the same movie, give me another answer for the same value. And we're talking about the original in every case here. 7, Silence of the Lambs, Carrie, The Village, Get Out, The Fog, The Exorcist, Psycho, Poltergeist, Village of the Damned. There is at least one in every film. 30 seconds to talk, and then we go to Jared for his first answer. Go.
Kevin Spacey.
In what?
7.
Oh.
Morgan Freeman was also in 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster.
Thinking, does Sissy Spacek have an Oscar? I'm
not sure.
I'm lost on.
She's the only one I can
these.
think of.
Like I said, each does have one Oscar winner at least. So, Jared, you're first.
For number 2, I'll go Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, very good. $2 stays on the board. You're welcome to go back to that for another 2. Amanda.
Sissy Spacek on Carrie.
Sissy Spacek. Yes, she won an Oscar for Coal Miner's Daughter. Very good. $3. Mike.
Morgan Freeman from Everything in 7.
Yeah, he won an Oscar for $1 Million Baby. Very good. $1. Joe.
I'm gonna go with The Fog. Jamie Lee Curtis was in that.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis won an Oscar last year, and she's in The Fog. $6. Jared, we're back to you.
Okay, I got my safe answer out of the way. So I'll guess Get Out. Catherine Keener.
Catherine Keener, unfortunately, does not have an Oscar.
Okay.
It's wrong, I know, but she does not. Amanda.
I think Jodie Foster. Has she been said yet on Silence of the Lambs?
She has not been said yet, no.
Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs, I think.
Jodie Foster won an Oscar. Very good. She actually has 2, as does Anthony Hopkins. They both won for Silence of the Lambs. Like,
Kevin Spacey was in Seven also as John Doe, I believe.
yep, and he won an Oscar as well. Very good. $1. 2, in fact. Back, Joe.
I'm gonna guess on Poltergeist. Jo Beth Williams may have won like a supporting actress for Kramer versus
Jo Beth
Kramer.
Williams is a good guess. She is not an Oscar winner, no.
Shoot.
All right, let's take a look at the answers here. For 7, you could have said anybody. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman,
Oh, wow.
Gwyneth Paltrow, and Kevin Spacey all have at least 1 Oscar. Silence of the Lambs, you got both. Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins. Carrie, Sissy Spacek, very good. The Village, you could have said Joaquin Phoenix, Adrian Brody, or William Hurt. All 3 of them have Oscars.
Bryce
Get
Dallas
Out, Daniel Kaluuya. The Fog, there actually are 2. Jamie Lee Curtis, the obvious one. John Houseman, who delivers the prologue in that movie, also has an Oscar. The Exorcist could have said Ellen Burstyn or Mercedes McCambridge, who voiced the demon.
Does Janet Leigh from Psycho have an Oscar?
Well, no. Janet Leigh was also in The Fog, so the only one from Psycho who has an Oscar is Martin Balsam. Played the private detective, yeah. Poltergeist, the only Oscar winner. These top 2 are very tough. Beatrice Straight won an Oscar for Network, and Village of the Damned, he won an Oscar for All About Eve. George Sanders.
Is Beatrice Straight the woman who comes in to
Yes.
like yeah.
She's not the one who says all the memorable lines, but she's the one who comes in before that. Yeah, she's the older woman who comes in. All right, in the bank,
Was
we
it-
have 59.81. Here are your totals. Cheater's been going since round 1. What do we think? Talk it out.
I think that that camping question was not consulting a very good source.
You can't accuse me. You have to accuse another player.
I know, but News 24 needs to get better editors, I guess.
That was weird.
Anyone want to accuse a player?
I guess accuse Joe. He's been
Again?
pretty consistent throughout this game, except for maybe the 3rd round.
Well, again, it's not me. I will say I've been catching up on some horror movies and stuff like that. And I just watched The Fog maybe a month ago, so it was kind of top of mind. So if anybody was weirded out by that answer, that's where that came from. But it's not me. I'm not the cheater. I kind of think it's Mike. He might be sandbagging on that last round.
Joe
Believe
and
me,
Mike
if I
pointing
had some
finger at
better
each other.
answers, I would have gone for them.
Would anyone like to add anything before we vote?
It's also good advice to not go camping in the fog.
Yes. All right, I'll
There's
do that
something
thing where
in
I
the
pull a random
fog.
tweet for the cheater fact. Here we go. The cheater knows that now isn't the best time, but also bruschetta is just pizza bagels for rich people and needed you to know.
That is so true.
Needs-
And you know,
This is what you get when you don't send me cheater facts. I need the 4 of you to please lock in your votes. And audience, another question for you here. And Susan is the most recent player voted up. She'll be the captain for this question. During the break, you guys can talk about this for $15. The Fog was one of 2 films to co-star Jamie Lee Curtis and her mother, Janet Leigh. What was the other? Road Games, Freaky Friday, or Halloween Age 20, 20 years later. Think about that during the break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Before the break, we asked our audience the second movie to star Jamie Lee Curtis alongside her mother, Janet Leigh. Road Games, Freaky Friday, or Halloween Age 20. Susan, what does the audience say?
I believe we've decided to go with Halloween, age 20.
Halloween Age 20, 20 years later is the correct answer. $15 into the audience bank. Very good. Yes, Janet Leigh cameos as Jamie Lee Curtis's secretary, and they share a motherly scene together.
I gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah. And it even has Janet Leigh walking to her car and it plays the Psycho music. It's a bit much, but it's
very
also
brief.
Yeah, it is very brief. It's a very brief movie.
Isn't there a part in there where Busta Rhymes beats up Michael Myers?
That's Halloween
the next one.
Resurrection.
Oh, okay.
Votes are
Yay, the
in.
rest
Let's see
of
if
the
we've
team
caught the
is
cheater.
smarter than me.
Mike, we'll start with you.
I voted for Joe.
One for Joe. Joe.
Mike,
No surprise there. Mike says Joe. Joe says Mike. Jared.
I hate to pick sides, but I said Mike.
Mike and Amanda.
Then Mike.
3 for Mike, and he is
Bum,
out of the
bum,
game
bum, bum,
unanimously.
bum.
Okay.
The whore.
Did you just call Caillou a whore?
Horror.
All right, Mike, we have to know. Were you the cheater?
Nope.
Not the cheater. I'm sorry, you lose half of your money. Be right back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal.
I wish I
Welcome
were
back
so
to the
young
final
at
round of
20.
Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Joe, Jared, and Amanda have managed to lose 5 honest players along the way. One of them has been the cheater since the beginning. If after this round, the 2 honest players find the cheater, they will split that bank 50-50. If not, we lose a 6th honest player, and it is up to the audience to vote. So let's see how you can do. Joe, Jared, Amanda, it is time for the final standoff. 2 more questions to play. Okay, name these actors by their early appearance on The Twilight Zone. Number 1. 2. 3.
Oh my.
4. Some people just never look young. 5.
We'll just never look old.
Yeah, or that. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, gonna have 30 seconds to talk about it, and then we will go to Amanda for her first answer. Go.
Anyone know the top 3?
I don't know any of the top 4. So
I think number 4, isn't that Catwoman? Isn't that Julie Newmar? And 3 is Ellie.
Abe Vigoda below her is the kid, Ron Howard.
Yeah,
that's
Opie.
what I thought.
Carol Burnett.
Yeah. Duvall.
All right, time. Amanda, you're first.
I'm gonna shoot for it. I think number 4 is Catwoman, Julie Newmar.
Julie Newmar is correct. Very good. $4. Joe.
$2.50, Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett. Nicely done. $2.50. Jared.
$3.50, Abe Vigoda.
Not Abe Vigoda. No, sorry. Back to Amanda.
Well, he could be.
My turn.
Yeah.
3 is Opie, Ron Howard.
Ron Howard, yeah, pre Andy Griffith. Very good. $3. Joe.
Yeah, I was pretty sure on that one, but not 100%. So $2, Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall, yes. Fry, 24. And Jared.
$1.50, George Takei.
George Takei.
I'd like to make a guess. Is the
go for
$4 is the $4.50 answer Peter Falk?
That is Peter Falk.
Peter Falk, nicely done.
Oh yeah,
You know, that
Is
was
the
Seth's
$5
It did look like
one
Columbo with a
Abe
beard.
Is
Abe Vigoda is
$5
not on the
fine?
board.
Oh.
That was
just mark that.
that was Seth Rogen in The American Pickle.
50 cents. Robert Redford. $1. Burt
Burt
Reynolds. $3.50. Anyone?
Martin Landau.
Martin Landau, yeah. And $5. Tough one. Director.
He's got glasses in his.
Sidney Pollock.
Okay, there you yeah.
That's who you're probably thinking if he did always have glasses. Yeah. Sidney Pollock. All right.
Okay.
Final question of the night. Last chance to add to that bank. Name the movie by the haunted house. Overlook Hotel, Gracie Mansion, Hill House, the housing community of Cuesta Verde, the Dolphin Hotel, Bly House, Allerdale Hall, 112 Ocean Avenue, Simmons Mansion, and Windward House. 30 seconds, then we go to Joe for his first answer. Go.
The Shining,
Shining, yeah. Haunted Mansion is the second one, I think.
Haunting of Hill House for 3,
Yeah.
I assume.
I should know more of these, but
I think 4 is Poltergeist.
That makes sense.
And then everything north of that, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I should recognize more of these.
Time. Okay, Joe, you're first.
I'm gonna say that Jared was right on number 4 and say Poltergeist.
Yeah, the whole housing community is haunted because they only moved the headstones. Poltergeist, $4. Jared.
Unless I'm overlooking something obvious, the $3 is The Haunting of Hill House.
I'll take it because the movie is just called The Haunting, but the book it's based on is called The Haunting of Hill House. Yeah, $3. And the TV show was also called The
TV
Haunting
show,
of Hill
yeah.
House.
Okay.
Amanda,
Gracie Mansion is the Haunted Mansion.
The Haunted Mansion. Very good. Either one, because that's the name of the mansion at Disney World. Okay, back to Joe.
Number 1, The Shining.
Yeah, Overlook Hotel is The Shining. Jared.
The Dolphin Hotel is Boo, Ghost Dolphins.
That's my favorite dolphin-centric horror movie, but no, that's not correct. Boo, Ghost Dolphins. And Amanda.
Well, I was thinking of rolling over because certainly you guys had to have a better answer than I'm going to have, but that made me rethink that. I don't know any of these. The Dolphin Hotel, Identity. That I know that there was a hotel in that.
Identity. This is the last guess. I can tell you have the right actor, but wrong movie. There was a hotel and it was haunted.
1408.
Yeah, in Identity. So you're on the right track. 1408 is correct, Beers. Very good. Bly House. The Innocents. Allerdale Hall is Crimson Peak, the Guillermo del Toro movie. 112 Ocean Avenue was the Amityville Horror. Simmons Mansion, Ghosted Mr. Chicken. And Windward House.
I feel like I know this one, but I can't
Martin
remember it.
Scorsese's favorites. Uninvited.
If I could briefly ask for the $1 answer, would you have accepted Dr. Sleep?
I suppose I would have had to. 52-91. Cheater's been going all game. So Joe, Jared, Amanda, talk it out. What do we think? Who is the cheater?
I really thought it was Mike, so now I have to choose between the other 2.
I'm going to vote for Amanda just because I haven't voted for her yet this game, and I've been flailing all game, so it makes as much sense as any sort of strategy.
Yeah, I haven't voted for Amanda yet either. Maybe I'll do that.
Amanda, defend yourself.
My name is first alphabetically.
You'll be
That's a hell of a
I'm
defense.
correct.
Think she
I
must be
haven't voted for
first.
it before now.
We're just stating facts. Okay.
I think I'm gonna vote for Jared because it looked like he started strong and then he started to tank it to try to, I don't know, maybe throw some shade off. I don't know. I feel like
Anyone want to add anything before we
there
vote?
are a lot of movie rounds, and movies are your strong suit, Jared. So
That is true, usually.
2 cheater facts for you. The cheater knew about the bodies in the swimming pool at Cuesta Verde and went swimming anyway. And the cheater tells the dentist they floss every day, but it's really just right before their appointment, which probably could be anybody. All right. I need the 3 of you to please lock in your final vote. Joe, Jared, Amanda, the final vote has been cast and 5291 is up for grabs. It is time to see if you have finally caught the cheater. And we're going to start with Joe.
As was foretold, I voted for Amanda.
That is one vote for Amanda. Amanda, who'd you say?
I voted for Jared.
And it says Jared and Jared.
Then Amanda.
Two for Amanda, and she has been voted out of the game. And Amanda, it is now the ultimate moment of truth. We have to know, were you the cheater?
I was the cheater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Red shirts stick together.
She was the cheater. Nicely done. That means Joe and Jared are going to split 5291. Sizable bank. Nicely done, players. One more order of business. Let's get to our costume contest.
Except for me.
So, our costume contest, based on the right answers given by the audience, will be worth $25. We're going to go down the line of players, and everyone's going to vote for one person who's their favorite. We'll just do it out loud. Do not vote for yourself, just common courtesy. Whoever gets the most votes wins. It's a $25 bank. Let's start with our audience. Let's see. Aza, pick a favorite out of these.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go with Susan because I actually did jump a little bit when she jumped into the screen.
All right, that's one for Susan. Ada, do you have an opinion on this?
I'm gonna say Amanda.
One Amanda, one Susan. Okay, how about Stephanie?
I'm gonna go with Jared because he's hitting me in the nostalgia.
Okay. One Jared, one Amanda, one Susan. Let's see who's next. That is CK.
Well, nothing to do with the fact that he's my son, but I know that Mike shaved his beard and put a lot of work in his costume, so I'm gonna vote for him.
Put Mike into the mix. One Susan, one Mike, one Jared, one Amanda. All right. Let's see. Next up is Beers.
I am voting for Jared. It's perfect. He's got the blanket. He's got the pumpkin patch. He's got the welcome sign. I love it.
All right. That is two for Jared. Susan, who do you think?
Yeah, adult Linus, amazing, Jared.
Three for Jared. All right, Mike.
I want to say Beers.
All right, that's one for Beers. One Beers, one Amanda, one Mike, one Susan, three Jared. Amanda.
I said Mike.
Another for Mike. All right, he might stage a comeback here. Joe?
I feel strangely compelled to vote for Beers.
Okay, two for Beers, two for Mike, three for Jared. All right, Jared, what do you think?
The level of detail down to even facing the right direction. I gotta say, Mike, it's great.
All right, me first and then Tom.
Oh, I was gonna say I love the whole like setup, so I went with Jared.
Okay, four for Jared. Tom?
I've got to go with Mike.
That is four for Mike, four for Jared. They both really put it up. Let's see. All right, I'll break the tie, so that's everybody who voted then. Unless Brick is here, I don't think he is. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, because he put the dedication into completely recreating his picture. I'm gonna have to go with Mike as our
Thank you.
audience winner. Very nice
Absolutely.
costumes, all very impressive. Mike, you win the $25 audience bank. Joe and Jared, you split tonight's Lie, Cheat, and Steal pot. Thanks for playing, everybody. That's our Halloween special of Lie, Cheat, and Steal. We'll see you next time.
I guess the Speaker of the House for the moment is Patrick McHenry with his famous line, "Give me death, anything but this."
That guy is short.
Are they just going alphabetically?
It was very strange. It was very Lie, Cheat, and Steal. The previous speaker got to write the name of the person he wanted to replace him in a secret sealed envelope that no one, I'm not kidding, that no one else knew who it was. And they
Wow.
opened it upon him being removed from office.
Macho Man
think
Randy
it was a
Savage.
list or
Come on
something.
down.
And he chose Orville Redenbacher, apparently.
I should have just, instead of wearing a costume, just had an empty chair and I could have been the Speaker of the House.
There you go.
That's good.
I don't even know. I mean, is Janet Leigh still alive? And was she alive then?
I don't think she's alive
She
anymore.
was. I think she was alive when she filmed her cameo, in whichever movie it is. That's a pretty safe bet.
Okay. Well, no, I mean that's what I'm saying.
I can't see through these things. These do press deeply around my eye sockets. So if it's just my picture up, that's because I have taken the goggles off.
You don't need to leave them on the whole game, Mike. Just for when we have you explain what your costume is, it's okay. You can keep your camera on and just not strain your eyes.
But I don't want to break the illusion.
You're Oppenheimer,
Magic.
right?
We don't want to lose the magic of Halloween. I get it.
Here, come see this wacky actor, Don Knotts.
All right, now we're going to give a prize to the best Don Knotts impression. So
And he's not here to fight me for it.
Let me know when it starts. Will.
Too many ostriches.
He's
Joe,
wacky
Jared,
and lovable,
Amanda,
and then
final bank
vaguely
tonight.
homophobic in Three's Company.